What is up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. Everybody's piling in the room right now, so I'm excited to get started, but we'll give everybody a couple of minutes. It takes time for some people to load up GoTo. If you're new and you're here, welcome. I know this is different than Zoom, and you're like, what is this GoTo webinar thing? It's OG, it's old. Um, we have been doing these webinars since I think 2014. So yeah, we're over a decade into these webinars. Like, think about that. Like, I'm a completely different person now than I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I just turned 30. So it's fresh out of my 20s. Now, I kind of like to think of myself as a grown ass man, if you will. So I have a lot more of experience and lessons and failures and successes under my belt. It's always interesting to go back in time and watch like my earlier webinars and see how my thought process has developed and changed a little bit. So yeah, these webinars, they're free for those of you that are new. They're Tuesday night 9 p.m. EST every week. We stream these, and it's our way to help you bypass blowing a bunch of money on a gazillion courses. It's it's interesting. Really, I used to sell courses, and I sold a lot of them. I had the number one selling e-commerce course in the world for Shopify uh, back in 2015 through 2018. Shopify endorsed my course. It was the first course to get endorsed by Shopify, and that's why I'm a big partner with Shopify now, and why they have partnered with us on the AI store builder and all of these things. Um, Back in the day, selling courses was a good thing, right? It was every people appreciated those of us who were doing it and then documenting it and then packaging it up into a simple course to consume and use to execute. And it worked. I mean, so many people were so grateful for the information. And then there's so many people that bought the course, never used it, didn't do diddly squat, tried a couple of times and failed, and then gave up and said, "Hey, this doesn't work." There are those that push and those that mm, dabble and then give up. And obviously, there are those that just make it work, and some people just don't make it work, right? Anyways, selling courses back in the day was if you were one of the guys selling these courses, you would have so many people be like, "Man, I see your course is so great." Even if they haven't bought it, I've heard of people. Like, I still to this day have people come up to me, "Man, I've been watching you since da 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 da." And now, like, I look on social media and there's all these people like, if you sell a course, you're immediately, a lot of people just associate you with a shyster, if you will, with fake Lambos, Airbnbs, and all the jazz to appear as if you are rich, and then they peddle their course. It's very different, uh, than back in the day when people were actually doing it, documenting it, succeeding, and then sharing. Now it's a lot of regurgitation. So the point that I'm making is just this: it's that uh, it's sad because there are a lot of educators, not gurus, like myself, who are putting out good information. Like another one of my buddies who just put out phenomenal information on Shopify. His name is Ezra Firestone, just a great human. And he was, him and I were running it at the same time, crushing it on Shopify back when Shopify had just started. And we were both releasing like tons of info. And now it's like people aren't even doing it, and they're just bullshitting and, packaging it up, and there's so many of them, and they're on social media projecting like all the success, and people are just blowing money, literally blowing money. Because they'll see this guy, that guy, and that girl, and that guy, and this guy. This guy's got a jet, and this guy's got a whatever. And they've got these videos that look so cool. They're in Cancun, or they're in Mykonos, where 20 of them all put in $500 to rent a mansion so they could all look rich. And it killed the space, killed a lot of the respect in the space, but moreover, it hurt a lot of people like you, right? That was believing it and buying this course, that course, this course, that course. And there's good and there's bad and there's ugly. So I stopped selling courses, and I started partnering with Shopify and said, hey, look, Shopify, here's the deal. I'll give away all my courses for free. Okay. I'll give away my training for free. I'll give access to this webinar that you're on right now for free. And I'll just teach people. And you pay me. You know my worth. You know my success stories. You know my stores, and you've seen me do this and win. So you want me to teach it. You want people to come in Shopify and, not be broke because they blew all their money on trash, then just pay me and I'll make it happen. And we worked out this deal, and, now I make money from giving away my services for free instead of selling them. And that's really cool. So I shut off the course selling side of the business, and Shopify basically pays me to do it for free. Now, they're not paying me to do this webinar. I just know that if you get on these webinars and, you listen to me, it can be very beneficial and helpful to you and prevent you from buying another $900, $3,000 course from another fake Lambo dude. And my goal is to truly help you succeed, not to take your money. My goal is just for you to win, because the more of y'all that win, the sweeter my deal gets with Shopify. When Shopify sees that I have a lot of stores that I've built for people and students that are crushing it, Shopify is going to want me more, and they're going to need me more, and they might pay me more because they're afraid I might stop. And so it's a win-win-win situation. And that's really what this webinar is about. It's just helping you move forward, motivating you, and preventing you from blowing money on stuff that you don't need, because you can get it right here for free. Okay. Now, some of these webinars are product research, and some of them are traffic strategies. Last week, we went over, really the last 2 weeks, we went over some really cool strategies for print on demand. So a lot of times we do product research on, like on ZenDrop style dropship products, but we've been talking about this art arbitrage with print on demand stuff. So you can go check these out. And this week, what we're going to do is, and you can just type in, youtube.com/Adrian Morrison, and my YouTube channel will pull up. This week, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about traffic strategy. So if you're new, this could be a little bit more boring, or it could be a little bit confusing for you. Don't worry about it. Sit here and take in whatever you can, and you can watch this a gazillion times. And I do these again every week, and we kind of change things up. It's been a minute since we've talked about traffic. And I got this idea because last week I pulled up an old presentation that just simply made sense, that we went through 6 steps of a niche product funnel. And part of that prez also was on traffic. And I thought, you know what, this is still applicable today. It is 100% applicable today. Strategies we still use. They're just foundational strategies for starting and scaling. So I want to go through these with you today. And oh man, I haven't done a PowerPoint on here in like 2 years, maybe. And the only reason I have slides tonight is just simply because I created these slides forever ago. And I was like, damn, like that's good information. Like I need to show everybody these again. And a lot of people are new and never got to see these. So let's talk about traffic on Facebook, which also is Instagram, which is all now known as Meta. Okay. People always come to me and say, okay, Adrian, what metrics do you look at, for success when you're running an ad? Is it how much money you pay per click? Is it how much money, you spend per conversion? Is it what percentage of people are clicking on your ads? Well, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 phases of targeting. And your only focus, the only metric that you should care about is called return on ad spend, ROAS. Me and my brother, we bought our media buyers. A media buyer is someone that, like an ad agency, if you will. They'll run your ads for you. And I've always run my own ads since 2008. And a couple of years ago, I, for the most part, retired from the media buying at full time because I just couldn't create the content, be a dad, be a husband, be a son, and have a life with my friends, run multiple companies, and be looking at ads all day. And so I finally let go. And I have some phenomenal media buyers that were educated on their own, masterminded with me a lot on my strategies, and they're great. They're phenomenal. And I bought them, my brother and I bought them some diamond chains one year as a bonus that say ROAS, ROAS. Because the only thing that we focus on any and all of our ads is return on ad spend. How much money do we spend on an ad and how much return do we get? If I spend $100, am I getting 200, 150, 110, or $500, right? That's what we do. And there's 5 phases of starting an ad, scaling an ad, and, optimizing for higher return on ad spend. Now, this old presentation has like numbers and stuff in it, and it's got revenue, and I'm just not even going to show it because I just want you to focus on the strategy. I don't want you to focus on like how much money I made here and there, because it'll always be different for you. Just because I did it this way doesn't mean it's going to give you the same result or anywhere in the same sphere or realm or universe of result. Everything's different, but the strategy is the same. And if you follow the strategy with the right products and a nice store, nice copy, and and it's the right audience, this is the strategy you want to do. It's going to give you the best shot, I believe. So 5 phases of targeting. First things first, let me find the right slide here. We do start with the $5 a day budget. So totally fine with that. Here we go. Here's what I want to show you. The 5 phases. Precise targeting is phase 1. Phase 2 is broad. Phase 3 is lookalike. Phase 4 is 0, no targeting at all. And phase 5 is engagement, audiences. Okay. And so there's basically 5 ways you're going to go about this, or that you should, as you start in this e-com business. And I'm going to explain these to you here, and we could talk more about them in the future. Okay. Everything runs off of a little tracking code from your Facebook account. Your Facebook account has a tracking code, and that tracking code is going to be on your Shopify store. So you take the tracking code from Facebook and you put it on Shopify. And it's called a pixel, right? And with a pixel, every single person that goes to your Shopify store and buys something or clicks on something or views something or adds something to a shopping cart, Facebook tracks that. And that person's likely a Facebook user, right? Something like most everybody has Facebook or IG. And Facebook's looking at a couple of things. The first thing that Facebook is looking at, if you have your Facebook pixel / tracking code, little string of numbers, it looks like a FedEx or UPS tracking number. It's looking at who the hell this person is. Is it a male, female? Are they 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus? What does their online activity look like on Facebook? What other ads are they clicking on? Are they buying stuff on Facebook using, Facebook Pay? What fan pages do they like? Who do they follow? Who is this person? What are they interested in? They're looking at that. The other thing they're looking at is what the heck they're doing on your store. What are they shopping for? Dog stuff, yoga stuff, apparel, toys, baby stuff. They're analyzing any and everything about the person's behavior and the person's characteristics, which they can match to their Facebook profile, okay? So if you have this code on your store, it's called a pixel. Shopify basically sends all that info through the pixel to Facebook. And the more information your Facebook pixel gets, the more intelligent it becomes, in that it starts to learn who is your dream customer. Who is that person that's coming to your store that loves what you're selling and has the money to buy it and the impulse and desire to spend their money, right? That's what you're teaching your pixel, because you don't want to show your ads to people that don't buy, that aren't interested. It's like trying to sell, it's like walking around with a cooler of beer and trying to sell it to people that don't drink alcohol at all. It's a waste of time and money, okay? What we want is a pixel that finds people like standing outside of an amusement park in the middle of June, July, and selling water. Right place, right time, in front of the right person that's hot as hell that wants that damn water. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want to train our pixel to do. We want to put our ads the right place, the right time, in front of the right people's face, okay? And to do that, we start off with precise targeting. And understand, the longer your ads run, the more intelligent they become. And the pixel will automatically start trying to find buyers for you. And it really needs to run for a little while. You really need about 100, ideally 100 sales for it to really start dialing in. So it needs time. And that's why we start with precise targeting. Precise targeting is a small audience. A lot of people say, I want to sell dog stuff, so I'm going to go to Facebook and type in dogs. And it'll give them like 300, 500 million users. Ugh. Nah, that's not going to work. Because if you don't even have a dog, but you clicked on a cute puppy video, or your friend posted a picture of their new puppy and you liked it, Facebook now thinks you like dogs. You are a liker by association under a big term like dogs. So how if you target dogs, you could end up showing your ads to people that don't even like dogs, okay? That's why we use these smaller audiences. They're anywhere from 100,000 people to 2 million. It requires building up a large list of the keywords so you could get more reach, but it typically has higher conversion rates. So instead of targeting Yorkshire Terrier on Facebook, you want to try to find keywords. I call them keywords. Facebook calls them interest, but that's because I'm OG. I started doing Google AdWords in like 2007 or something, and they were called keywords. But I love my Yorkies. If that's available to target, that means that Facebook associates the person with a group or something of that nature about I love my Yorkies. Now that might not be available. Like Facebook always is adding and removing different interests. And since I built this Prez, they've actually removed a lot of interest. They're pushing broader targeting more and more and more and more, and letting that pixel do its thing. So a lot of the golden keywords from back in the day that were super precise, they don't exist anymore. And then some of them do. You just gotta dig. All right. So I love my Yorkies. This is in Facebook here. This is a tool I used to use called Quaya. And you'll see that when I type in Yorkie, it has, I love my Yorkie. I love my Yorkies, owned by Yorkies, with a couple 100,000 people that we could target. And that's the audience that's going to be good. Those are the people that are very passionate about Yorkies. They're less likely to be a liker by association, so on and so forth. And that's what you want to find. So if you're targeting dogs, you might want to start typing in keywords like dog shelters, like so-and-so dog shelter, so-and-so dog rescue, right? In general, these are people that absolutely love dogs, right? Instead of dogs, it's dogs, all whatever dog shelters. Type in dog shelters, dog rescue, and some keywords will come up. These are more passionate, precise people. And instead of being 300 million, it might be 200,000, 400,000, 2 million people, so on and so forth. So you want to start precise, okay? And then if your ads start getting sales, and that's a if, it's not guaranteed. If your ads start crushing it and getting sales, you're limited because, your keywords of 200,000 here, 200,000 there, 100,000 here. Maybe you get up to 10, 12 million people that you're targeting if you dig deep and you get a bunch of precise keywords for whatever, dogs or for alcohol, for babies, like grandparents, birds, like bird watching is a big niche, and things like that. If that works, your ads are going to die, probably within 2 months to 3 months, if not sooner, because you're going to exhaust that audience. Your ads are going to run rampant. You're probably going to scale if you're winning, so you're spending more every day, getting more exposure, and the ads will die off sooner than later because you've shown the same ad to the same small audience gazillion times. So it's going to fatigue. It's going to fizzle. That's why you want to immediately move up to broad targeting. This goes up to roughly 50 million people, and the scalability is almost unlimited. It does give lower conversion rates because you're reaching a ton of people, and a lot of them are likers by association, meaning they don't even really give a damn about Yorkies. They just somehow they like something somewhere, whatever, and now Facebook thinks they might like them. So this example is a keyword, Yorkshire Terrier. 3.4 million people own Yorkshire Terrier, opposed to 400, 500,000 people under I love my Yorkie, right? So these are going to be the people where you spend less money on ads, but probably get more traffic and customers, but it's not going to last as long. Versus this, if this is profitable at this point, your pixel here, it's learning who those passionate people are. Out of the, these people are passionate. It's learning who they are, their characteristics, their gender, their age group, location, behaviors, all these things. So Pixel's getting data, the Pixel's learning, okay? So when you finally get to use this targeting with 3.5 million people, your Pixel's smarter. It's going to look at these 3.5 million people, and it's going to show your ad to the most valuable, most similar people in this group to those that were in this group that were buying, okay? If you start here first, Facebook ain't gonna know shit, right? So it's just gonna like cast a wide net, and that's gonna suck for you. But if you train it first with a smaller audience, get it some data, let it get some sales, if it gets sales. Once you get here, it knows how to sift through this group of people better. And it's gonna reach far more people, and it's gonna be more likely to find the winners, right? That's phase 2. And from there, this ad can last for a long time. I mean, depending on the keyword, Yorkshire Terriers, 3.4 million people. You could type in Yorkie, it'll probably pull up another couple million. And maybe you're not just targeting Yorkshire Terriers. You can go every dog breed, Golden Retrievers and Golden Doodles, and build up, 30, 40 million people that are interested in dog breeds, like, or just dogs in general, right? There's like probably 30, 40, 50 million people. Yeah, so you want to keep it in that range, broad. The next step, if this works, Facebook is going to start learning, it's digging and sifting through more people, getting you a return on ad spend that's positive. From there, you go to lookalike targeting. So lookalike targeting is, and I have examples on slides, 59 and 60, where you could see precise versus broad ads and the return on ad spend that I got. Precise always had a better return, but broad had more scale. That's really, the numbers are irrelevant. Because lookalike targeting is where Facebook uses the pixel to create an audience that is anywhere from 1 to 10% similar to your previous clickers. So anybody that clicked on your ad or behaved in a certain way with your ad or your page, it finds people very similar, with 1% being the most similar, 10% being still similar, but the less than 1%, right? Like less similar than 1%, that don't even fall under those keywords. So what it does, it says, hey, maybe we don't know that these people like Yorkshire Terriers, but their behaviors, their gender, their location, their purchase history, their websites they shop on are all very similar to your other customers that like Yorkshire Terriers or dogs or whatever it may be. So let's push our ads out to them, and let's see if any of these turn into buyers. So Facebook is helping you find people that don't even show up under an interest, based off of just behaviors, characteristics, and those types of things. And each one of these audiences is roughly 2 million. So, this is later on down the road. You definitely want to have at least 1,000 plus clicks to your store before you generate one of these, because the more data Facebook has about who your dream customer is, the more accurate this 1 to 10% is going to be. It's not magic. We're like, oh, we just know. It's all based off of data. So the more data you have, in other words, more clicks and views and engagements you have, well, the more likely it is to find better people. And we'll go through examples of all of this later. This is like an OG screenshot. It definitely looks different now, but this is what we do with yoga, and said, these are people that clicked on all the yoga stuff that we have. So make us a 1%, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Split it out. And that's just a screenshot of like the ads and like how much money they generated, but again, it's irrelevant. And then the next step is zero targeting. Legit, this is the goal. The goal is for your pixel to learn so much through phases 1, 2, and 3 that you can just run an ad. Now, this isn't going to work in a super niche thing, but something like dogs, parents, grandparents, etc. These evergreen broad niches, those are the ones that zero targeting can work on, right? So now Facebook has enough information about who your desired audience is based off of the phases. The precise targeting worked, then the broad targeting worked, and then you ran those lookalike audiences where it tried to find people that are, 1 to 10% in closeness to behavior and characteristics and shopping and all these things to your other customers. That worked. That makes money, and that crushes. Now just let Jesus take the wheel and just run an ad to everybody on Facebook. Obviously, if it's a male dominated product, just select men or women or a country. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you're not really using any interest at all. This is when you know you can crush. If you can get this to work, if you can let that pixel dig, and it's not going to work out of the gate. Probably going to lose for the first couple of days at the very least. But Facebook starts to dial. You give it a big ocean to swim in, and it starts to, hyper focus on the type of fish that you're looking for and getting them to bite. And that's going to take it a little bit of time, but you also got to know when to hit the kill switch and not just like, let hope cause you to bleed too much money. So at this point, though, if you get this audience to work, a zero targeting audience, then the possibilities are endless. The sky is the limit. The only thing stopping you is ad fatigue, and that you need different creatives just because the other ones kind of get boring and old. So new pictures, new videos here and there. That's what you want to do. And then if that works, the next thing you can do is create engagement audiences based off of your buyers. Like, okay, these are people that bought. Facebook will know, because remember that code is on your Shopify store. Facebook's going to know everybody that went to your store and bought a t-shirt with a dog picture or quote on it, or shoes, or tote bags, or pillows, or collars. All of it's tracked without you doing anything crazy. You just copy and paste the code onto your store and it's done. It's like a UPS tracking number. Done. Copy, paste, boom. If you're using our app Pixel Magic, you just copy your Facebook pixel into Pixel Magic. Boom, it's done. Then you can go to Facebook at this point and say, hey, create me an audience of all of my buyers for dog stuff in general, or just dog t-shirts or dog pillows, whatever. Then what we could do is create audiences based off of people that spent money. Find me this is an audience of people that spent more than 30 or less than 30 bucks, or more than 60, more than 100, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then what you can start doing is people that bought the cheap dog collars, you can run ads to them and say, hey, buy the pillows with the dog stuff. People that bought the pillows, you can say, hey, run ads to them, say, hey, check out the t-shirts. And the people that bought the t-shirts, hey, yo, check out these purses. And the people that bought the purses, like, yo, check out these shoes. And it's never ending. Just keep adding and adding and adding. And marketing to your previous buyers. If they bought once, chances are they'll come back and buy again if it's a similar product or image, especially with print on demand. So in a nutshell, if you remarket to recent buyers, right, you're hitting people that already trust you, and you can create repeat traffic, repeat clicks, repeat buyers, and you can build some serious customer loyalty. It's that simple. I can elaborate more on this in the future. If you're new, you're like, whoa, what did I even see? You're not even to that point yet. You're at you're at phase 1. I'm just showing you all the phases. Don't worry about phase 5. Don't worry about phase 4, 3, or 2. Worry about phase 1. That's the beginner phase. This is the overview, right? So I could give you more examples on phase 1 here in the future. For now, I'm gonna leave you here. This was more of a meat and potatoes. Remember, we do product research and we go on Zendrop and find hot products and stuff. This one was more strategic. but sometimes we got to dive in. I can't just show you cool products and never explain traffic to you. If I only show you cool products, you're going to go launch ads and you're just going to lose money. And if I show you cool products and I show you traffic strategies, well, now I'm giving you the weapons needed to go to battle and have a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that you appreciate this. I'll see you next week, same place, same time, right here, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're new, go back and watch previous replays on my YouTube channel. Tons of cool product research. We'll dive more into traffic. I might have one of my media buyers come on and teach y'all some traffic strategies too, and their take on everything. And yeah, it'll be fun. And again, it's all free. All right, so I love you all. Hope you're all in good health. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you next week, same place, same time, right here on the Profit Power Hour. That's it. Good night, y'all.